Hello and welcome to the KJ Today Show. We are powered by PopCon and we are so glad that you are here. You are in store. You are in store. Are you in store? What's in store tonight?
We're in a store?
Are we in a store?
I thought we were at your house.
We are in my house. Here's what's in store tonight. 60 minutes of positive vibes. We're going to bring you what's happening in pop culture. We're going to bring you some celebrities and people to know, and then we're going to wrap things up with a cute, adorable pet. That's our show. We do this every single Wednesday live. And again, we are powered by PopCon, and we appreciate so much that PopCon is a part of the KJ Today Show. Welcome to you. If you are watching on the PopCon network, stand by for some very exciting news and save the date for August 26th because PopCon game night is happening here in Indy at Level Up. And it's one of those great evenings, 6 to 9.
Ooh, that means I can get to bed on time.
Yeah. So what's happening in pop culture? So much stuff coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to be talking about all of those big Marvel announcements and catching you up on what's going on there. Our celebrity guest tonight is Barry Bostwick, who you may know from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Spin City, and a ton of other things. But you may not know that he was the original Danny Zuko when Grease, the musical, debuted, and it's been 50 years. So we're going to catch up with Barry Bostwick on a tell-all book about the crazy behind the scenes. Now, this is an interactive show. You see that we've got crew number 11, mom and dad checking in. We appreciate that. Crew number 22. What does that mean for you? If you are a new listener, head to kjcrew.com and get your KJ crew number. When we make it to 100 crew members, we're going to give away a $100 gift card to Amazon. So you've got something there. PopCon says Barry Bostwick was a guest at PopCon. Ooh. So maybe Barry will be coming back. Here's your to-do list. As an interactive show, if you are watching right now live, tell me something good. Keep those comments coming with good news. Sign up at kjcrew.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Comment and interact. And the most important thing is to forget your worries and feel the positive vibes.
Let's do it.
By the way, you saw our friend Summer Bash pop up there on that graphic. Summer Bash, Indiana. Ooh. Is already on sale for next year.
Oh my God.
And the KJ Today Show will be back.
I'll be there.
All right. So we're going to have Demetrius Witherspoon is the first guest who will be joining us. He will be popping in here shortly to join us for pop culture and to tell us about this really cool universe that he has created right here in Indianapolis, which is sci-fi and all the cool stuff. And we're going to find out how we can watch the new movie that's going to be coming out and how you can get his autograph. He's kind of a big deal.
I love a good autograph.
But first, let's get to what's poppin' in pop culture with producer Johna. Now, if you were watching last week, we apologize. Sometimes things don't work the way they're supposed to here. And I didn't realize that when I added in the popcorn sound effects, that it muted our microphone. So for those of you watching, or if you listen to the KJ Today Show on Spotify or Apple or Google Podcasts afterwards, all you got was 10 seconds of popcorn popping. Like, especially if you were listening, it was literally like our mics were muted and it was just pop, pop. Pop, 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 pop. And if you missed last week's show, Kevin L. Johnson from Ozark and Stranger Things was live with us. I have no idea if he could hear us talking or if it also muted our mics and all he heard.
You got to slide into his DMs, KJ.
All he heard was popcorn. It's hard to say, because we got, popcorn, PopCon. We had popcorn popping. But I can play a little bit of music to kind of like get us in the mood for what's popping here, John. The Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. All right, Johna, hit me.
All right. Well, I'll save the exciting news for last.
Oh, okay.
All right. My favorite show, one of my favorite shows on Netflix, new season premiered last week. Blown Away.
Oh my gosh, the Glass show.
Glass blowing
We're
show.
going to talk about the Glass show.
We're not going to talk about it. I'm just telling you that it's on Netflix. We're not going to talk about it. It's on Netflix.
Johna is obsessed with glass
cool.
blowing.
I don't understand. Like, and you know,
I don't understand either.
I've met other people who also love glass blowing. Like, it is such a cool thing to like watch and like just like I've been in a hot shop before. Like I made a Christmas ornament last year for my birthday.
Oh, you did some glass blowing?
I did. It was so fun. It was so fun. I had such a good time. I was like, I want to do that all the time. But it'd be hot in there and I don't sweat. So
is it about the process or is it, are there people that you follow along like regular cast members?
No. So it's like a competition. It's like Survivor type thing. Like it's a competition series. So there's different people like every season.
Oh, so you don't want to get blown away.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so great. I always have my favorites from the jump though. I'm like, ooh, I don't like you, but I love you. I want you to win.
All right, what else is popping in pop culture?
All right. Apparently American Horror Stories has a new season out and it's on Hulu.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't watch American Horror Story because it scares me.
I know. You know what? I think, Johna, that we should bring our guest in here.
Yes.
He is an award-winning writer, director, producer, and he's the CEO of SUBMERGE Universe.
Gosh, where are we getting all these celebrities from?
I know.
KJ?
I know. We're so lucky,
Why
right?
Are they hanging out with us.
Right? Please welcome to the show, Demetrius Witherspoon. Hello.
What's up, people? Can you hear me all right?
Oh my gosh, you look fantastic, and I'm assuming is the artwork behind you? Is that from SUBMERGE?
So cool.
Yeah, that's actually the from the comics. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into SUBMERGE here in just a little bit, and you're gonna introduce us to the universe. This is a universe we want to be a part of. But I thought, well, let's bring Demetrius in because with everything that you do and in your filmmaking and your graphic novels and all that, you got to be super into the pop culture world, right?
Oh yeah. When Marvel made those announcements, we were like, yeah, come on.
Oh, wow. Way to talk about what's next on my list.
Ooh, are we getting right into the Marvel
We're
stuff?
going to get into the Marvel.
Okay. All right. So this is, if you're not a nerd like us, who every year sits around and is like, what's going to happen in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con that's going to change our lives forever. This is like, hey, man, here are the things that they announced, and you're going to be really excited about it because at this point, I think everybody has some sort of connection to Marvel, whether it's your kids or the comic books or the movies, or you just love Chris Evans and you want to know if he's ever going to be back. He's probably not.
No, he's not coming back.
This is the news that you want to know. Thank you, Michelle Hamilton, for checking in at crew number 3. All right, let's get into this because it was a lot more than I expected.
I honestly, they announced everything from the end of phase 4 all the way until phase 6.
This is crazy.
Like going until 2025.
Do you remember when they first announced the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
No.
And Johna was a baby.
It was a baby.
Do you remember, Demetrius? And they had like the 10-year plan.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. When people say, oh, I was born when, Iron Man came out, it's like, oh my God, I'm getting old. But yeah,
I was at least alive when Iron Man came out.
I mean, I know Demetrius because I'm such a nerd here. My husband and I have a cat named Rhodey, and we named him Rhodey because we adopted him the weekend that Iron Man 3 came out. And he is 9 years old, and that was Iron Man 3.
That's right. Yeah, there's nothing else like it.
If I ever forget how old Rhodey is, I Google, what year did Iron Man 3 come out? Oh, yeah, okay. That's right.
I cannot.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
So I feel like, and I'm never going to bag on the MCU because that is it's my life. Like it's
love of our life over here.
Do you? Let me ask, Demetrius, producer Patches, if you want to pop in, and producer Johna, with everything that happened after Endgame. Doesn't it kind of feel like we've been getting Marvel stuff? Spider-Man was great, and but it hasn't felt to me as exciting.
I mean, think about it, KJ. We hit the top of movie cinema when we seen Endgame. There was nothing else like it. It just, to the point where, like, in the pandemic, when they did a flashback of going to the cinemas and things happening in the Endgame, I had tears come to my eyes because I felt that when everybody in the theater. So I think, we've been up here. Yeah. So it's hard to top that. It's really hard.
Well, and I literally just thought of this too with the new iterations of everything coming out. There's part of me that kind of wants to just keep everything on Disney Plus and just bring it together for Avengers movies. But what just dawned on me was, think Star Wars. You have the original 3 episodes, 4, 5, and 6, right? Those set the bar. Those set that is the gold standard of superhero movies now. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, with this new phase coming out with the multiverse and all the CGI and everything else that's coming into it, it almost feels like episodes 1, 2, and 3, where George Lucas is just throwing up CGI everywhere, and you're like, what is happening? I mean, well, am I crazy? That's kind of like, it's not what's happening, but it's like the feel I have.
I mean, I think it's like Demetrius said, like Endgame was like top tier, like, yes, we're so hyped for this, and we're crying, and our hearts are broken, and all of these things because we watched Endgame the other day for Christmas Day, so cried a little bit, but like
Johna hadn't seen Endgame since we were in the theater. Yeah, she never went back and watched it again.
She actually thought we were going to be watching a different movie, so it was awesome.
Yeah,
and you could tell that she was kind of like, maybe I don't want to be here.
Right. I was like, do I want to go through that again? But I feel like it's more like, since we had that movie and then we went into TV shows. Yeah. Like, we're used to the, big, like, ridiculous, like, all the CGI and all the action to, like, WandaVision and, like, Hawkeye and, like, stuff like that. And then you're also getting a lot of origin stories, which we had already established in the previous 10 years.
Well, and I just want to point out, I haven't been disappointed, but I think what, in this, like, finding their way after Endgame, right? There had to, I think it was natural. Demetrius, you're a filmmaker, so you know more about this stuff, but it was probably natural that we had a little bit of a, like, we can't stay up there, right? We have to start rebuilding.
Right. Yeah. And tell new stories, because we get into that rehashing thing, so they, Marvel's been around for eons. So there's a million stories that can be told. And it's just, it will never be Endgame status. I don't think, but
you don't even think with some of the announcements, because let's get into the announcements. Okay. I felt like, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, Marvel's been feeling what I've been putting out there, right? And they're like, we got to bring KJ back into the. So we're gonna announce Phase 6 too, because
Marvel specifically said KJ has to know about Phase 6.
We're losing her. We're losing her. Thor's been out for 2 weeks and she didn't go see it on opening night. We're losing KJ.
I mean, who goes to see Thor on opening night?
I have seen every Marvel movie on opening night until Thor.
Yeah, those are all facts.
Right. And Thor was fun. It was fun, but again,
I liked it.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
It was. If you can, Demetrius, did you see Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, I did.
Did you have to, like, wrap your head around, like, they're just going to go full on ridiculous with this?
I was just like, it is what it is.
Honestly, just Zeus with his little skirt going down the steps, and he had to, like, flare it out. I was like, what are we doing here?
I know.
Like, why are you being so, like,
Right.
It just, I don't know. I thought it was fun. I get why people wouldn't like it because it probably feels like the story probably didn't move along like it was supposed to. But I
Yes.
mean, that's what Thor is. Like, if you don't do fun, fantastical Thor, you get the original Thor movie. You get Thor: The Dark World. Like,
Wow.
You can't take it too
True.
seriously.
yeah,
That's
you can't
true.
take them too seriously because it won't be as good.
All right. Well, listen, before you get to the Marvel announcements, and before we get into the Submerge universe, and before we get to Barry Bostwick, who's going to be on the show tonight too, I want to remind everybody that our positive vibes are brought to you by Rock the Catbox. This is a fundraiser for Indy Neighborhood Cats, which is happening on Saturday, August 13th. These two cats, Tux and Hawkins, came together, inspired a concert. American Bombshell said, we're getting our friends together. Savvy, the Silverbirds, rock Hollywood, and we are going to rock the hi-fi on August 13th. And all the money is going to Indie Neighborhood Cats.
Love that.
$15 tickets, and all of that money is going to help Indie Neighborhood Cats do their job to help more cats like Tux and Hawkins. So, and it's a concert where doors open at 5. So again, we can rock out and go to bed early.
Yes.
And you can get this awesome new T-shirt that's going to be there as well.
Oh,
The
Yes.
Indie Cat Rock. Indie Cats Rock.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
I gotta get those.
Isn't that shirt great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. I feel like we need like a drum roll, or let me get hang on,
You
let
want
me get
me to get back there on my drum
Get
set?
on the drums.
yeah,
Get some live music going.
got
I can do it right now.
I got a little music on here.
Oh, here we go.
This is 5 and 6. Take it away, John.
All right. Well, as we all know, San Diego Comic-Con, they released the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer.
Yes.
Sobbed so hard, like a baby.
Demetrius, you okay?
Telling you, like, I watched it like 10 times, and I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
me chills.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so epic.
Oh yeah.
That gets you back in for sure.
Yeah.
Into the Marvel.
100%. So
100%,
that movie
yes.
is gonna end Phase 4,
Yep.
which I'm like, but it comes out on my birthday weekend, so
Oh, very nice.
yes, so
Yay.
I'll be seeing that on my birthday weekend this year. And then Phase 5 is gonna start in February of 2023 with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a lot of words to say.
Ant-Man
Right.
and the Wasp.
Quantumania.
At least it's not the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I mean, you gotta.
What's it called?
I call it a
Falcon?
win.
I thought it was just Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Was it?
No,
the
it was
Falcon?
it was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I feel like that's.
I don't think I ever called it that.
I always called it Falcon and
It was just one of those little
Soldier.
peeves of mine. I was just like, come on, don't be that way about it.
Oh, man. All right, what else do we have coming up?
And then somewhere in between all of those things, there's going to be a new Captain America movie
Oh my gosh.
with Sam Wilson as
Yes.
Captain America. Which did you see Chris Evans post about who the real Captain America is now?
I missed a Chris Evans tweet.
I've
I
heard
did
it.
not.
Because they posted about how Sam was getting a movie and blah blah blah, and someone said like people were questioning like, oh, who's Captain America? And Chris Evans said Sam Wilson is Captain America.
Good.
Like he tweeted that, and I was like, yeah, you tell him he is Captain America.
Yeah, he did an
was
awesome
great.
awesome time in the show. I really like how they presented that.
Did you feel like by the end of the show you're like, yes, Sam Wilson is Captain America?
Let's go to the next thing. So with
Yeah.
it, I want to see more story for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that may be a little more difficult for just the average moviegoer, because in the comic book world, these things have been happening for quite some time, right?
Right. We're used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I really, really hope people will kind of put that aside, Steve Rogers is done.
Yeah.
This is what Steve Rogers wanted, you guys.
He's
Yeah.
an old man
Yep.
now. He cannot fight.
You need to honor Steve Rogers and what he wanted.
Steve Rogers is now Clint Eastwood. He cannot fight anymore.
Besides,
I get.
Chris Evans can come back as Johnny Storm. Ha
He
ha.
can,
Yeah,
which might happen in the multiverse saga.
yeah. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
That's why I love the multiverse.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's literally so much stuff coming out in Phase 5. Like, there's only 3 movies in Phase 6, so like everything's coming out in Phase 5. Secret Invasion,
Mhm.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Which is the last one,
yes,
which I think is a good idea.
So-
Where do you, Demetrius? How do you feel about Star-Lord?
I enjoy what they brought to the table. You know, those movies are fun, and so yeah, I think this would be a good time to say, hey, you know, we did our thing. You know, but yeah, I enjoy them.
And I felt like, you know, in Thor, what little they had involved, it
all
was
5
like,
minutes they were in the movie.
you got all these people and there's so much fun we could have, and we didn't get any of
Yeah,
that.
we got flashes of this and that. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I always, you know, I've had, you know, we, Johna and I and our girls on the kind of Nerdy Girls podcast, we actually get pretty fired up about Star-Lord because, you know, if
We
you
hate that guy.
I'm like trying to keep it positive vibes, and John is like,
No.
we hate that guy.
No, never forget, okay?
You know, because of that selfish moment where we almost had the gauntlet, and he's like, oh, but my girlfriend. It's like, oh my God, it's not about you,
know,
dude.
yeah.
Bro, she didn't like you anyway. Calm down.
You were just there.
Actually, next week on the show, we're gonna have Jim O'Hare, and we talk about, like, he's friends with Chris Pratt, and Katie from the kind of Nerdy Girls was with me when we interviewed him, and she like full on was like, so how do you feel about Chris Pratt, because we hate him as Star-Lord? I'm like, oh, not this friend.
Only Katie would do something.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Only Katie.
And Jim looked at her like, dude, pump the hate brakes. It's cool. He's just an actor.
Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. All right, what else we got going in Marvel?
All right, we
Johna?
got Echo coming out,
Mhm.
Loki season 2,
Nice.
Blade, Ironheart, Agatha, Coven of Chaos,
Yay!
Daredevil Born Again.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Phase 5 ends with the Thunderbolts.
Okay.
And then Phase 6 only has the 3 movies, which is Fantastic Four,
Uh-huh.
The Avengers, the Kang Dynasty,
hmm
and then Avengers Secret Wars.
I feel like they did that for like everybody to be like, okay, we're gonna announce that there are more Avengers movies coming.
Yeah.
Like, stay
Well,
with
and
us.
you're missing one as well.
What
You're
are we
missing
missing?
She-Hulk, Attorney at Law.
Yeah,
Oh,
She-Hulk Attorney at Law comes out August
17th.
August 17th. That's
Yes.
before Wakanda Forever.
Yes. Yes.
Which I mean, I'm super pumped about that because at the end of the most recent trailer, you see like the sticks, Daredevil sticks, and you're like, oh, let's do this. Lawyer versus lawyer. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's
Uh,
back for his role, so I enjoyed the series that they
Oh
had.
my gosh.
So
I was
about
so happy.
lost
it-
my mind. Like,
my stuff.
wasn't it so great when they were like, okay, Charlie Cox is coming back? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, thank God.
Whoo. All right. So, Demetrius, before we get into the Submerge universe, and by the way, if you want more pop culture or geek culture, you can listen to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. If you
Please.
subscribe to the KJ Today Show, you'll get those episodes as well. We play a game on the show.
I'm
It's not a
sorry.
game.
I'm sorry in
it's a-
advance.
It's a conversation piece, if you will. It's called One Must Go.
I'm so
Oh.
sorry, Demetrius.
It's called One
Oh,
Must
man.
Go, Demetrius.
This destroys me.
And so I had asked Demetrius, he was coming on the show, and he's like, are there any specific questions? Or I'm like, no, man, we just roll with it over here.
We just vibe.
All right.
But I did I did ask him for a couple of his favorites, like, we're gonna be talking about Marvel. You
Right.
cool with that? Clearly he is. So Demetrius, because of what you said, and I had a hard time deciding where we were going to go, but I'm presenting you, Demetrius, with one must go: Daredevil or Hulk. Now they don't die a terrible death. They just don't exist anymore, and you have to wipe one out.
Snap.
The fate of the universe depends on you erasing one of these guys.
Oh, you're putting it on me. Oh,
I'm putting it on you.
Yeah,
I gotta get some music going while you're thinking about that. Just, do a little. Here we go. Here we're thinking about what are you gonna do?
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. All right. Here we go. One must go: Daredevil or the Hulk.
It would be Daredevil. I actually grew up on Incredible Hulk. Like, I was hulking out and running in slow motion when I was a kid. So,
like Lou Ferrigno style.
Yeah. Mom,
all right.
More Cheerios, and just running around in my little cut shorts and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, Hulk's my dude.
Oh man, when we were watching Endgame, I can't. It's so weird that the Bruce Hulk mashup thing just hard.
It's hard on my eyes.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, they soften them up a little bit.
Yeah, but when they, when they go back and Cap's like, maybe smash a few things, and he's gratuitously smashing things.
He's like,
Oh, but the amount of times in our lives, like working Comic Cons and different things where we have to walk so much, especially some of those conventions, like I feel Hulk in his like, take the stairs. So many stairs.
And again, I don't understand why he wouldn't just go back down to Bruce. That was my whole thing. Like, you could just Bruce it out and then be done.
I don't think it was as easy for him at that point to go between Hulk and Bruce.
Not.
Yeah,
that's I'm gonna give him a moment. He had to take the stairs because he couldn't just go back to Bruce.
I know, but I mean,
it's not easy being the Hulk, Johna. You don't understand.
I don't.
You don't understand. Right. I'm angry.
Nobody likes me when I'm angry. Trust me.
All right, so this guy right here that's hanging out with us, Demetrius Witherspoon. You live here in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, I live on the northwest side of Indianapolis.
Oh my gosh, you're not far from the KJ Studios. We could have.
You might be our neighbor.
You might be.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. What was all that loud music? No.
That's where those drums come from. Actually, Patches hasn't played his drums in many years, I think, at this point.
False.
I'm gonna go down there and play the drums when we get done.
Please don't. It scares the cats. So Demetrius is going to be doing an autograph signing. So the SUBMERGE universe, I'm going to let him explain it because it's comics and movies and so much more. But on the 30th, coming up here that's Saturday, right? 1 to 4. Demetrius, you're going to be doing a signing. People can come out and meet you and get to know the SUBMERGE universe creator.
Yeah, we're going to be signing our comic books and our movies that go along with that, and we're going to have a blast. And what else? Where else could it be? Other than big Comic-Con convention, but giving it back to our small business hometown comics is the best, and I love when everybody comes through. It's something different than what's on the shelves. It's something new. So that's what
in getting into the SUBMERGE universe, I started looking at things and honestly, I kind of felt like I need Demetrius to come on here because this is like trying to explain to someone how to get into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, where do I start? You have so many. You've got the comic books and you've got different movies and you've got trading cards. There's like so many levels to this
Trading cards.
universe
Oh my
that,
gosh.
like what's the Submerged Universe 101 new person watching right now? Where do they start? And I say, like, you tell us where you want us to start, because if someone said, where do I start with the kind of nerdy girls? I'd be like, don't go back to the beginning.
Please
That was
don't.
not our finest stuff.
That is
Well,
a
sometimes I
trap.
want to say that, but hey, you got to start somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay.
Start at season
So
2 in the kind of nerdy girls.
yeah, this expands over 9 years of working on Submerge. So a little bit about the story first. Is about an alien empire that does experiments on different species in different universes. And so Nairi, we come along with Nairi, that she gets thrown into that multiverse, and her and her daughter have to fight their way out. And the story really gets deep with more characters coming aboard to create a team later on that will be trying to save the multiverse and stop this submerge experiment. There's so much more. That's just an overlook of what that is. And so it starts with the Chronicles of Nairi, and then the Frozen Land, which is about the figure. And then we get to the third episode, which is Submerge Nairi Reborn. And then the fourth episode is Submerge Echo 51, and these can be found on Amazon Prime and Roku. And we're about to do the fifth film, which is Submerge Blue Star. Actually, it's about to come out in a couple of months.
Can I show the trailer for that?
Yeah, we can.
All right, let's give you guys maybe your first look at the Submerged universe.
But they are out there searching for us. Monsters aren't just under the bed, they are everywhere.
Oh my gosh, you made that.
Man,
Yeah.
she kicked that girl right in the face.
Yeah, that was fun. There's a lot going on right there. You get with your actors, but then you find out, oh yeah, I'm a black belt too. It's like, oh, that works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is all of this filmed right here in Indianapolis as well?
Yeah, Indianapolis, Westfield, and Morovia, Indiana. We've shot a lot out there for Echo 51. So yeah, those 5 films, and once this Blue Star comes out, because we're gonna have a huge premiere for that, then people will be able to watch it straight through. And we already have our streaming service where people can go right now and start to get going on that, and they're numbered,
Okay.
because of Nairi.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is there a fight amongst fans of like which order to watch them in, or it's very clear that you watch them in this order?
No, I mean, people will go back, but there's more fights about what character they like, so but yeah, that's where people start. And some people have already like kind of went to the 4th one because it's more readily seen on Amazon Prime and everything. So, but
now, do you do the comic books complement and add to the story?
Yeah, they expand the story world. It's part of my transmedia model that I use. So those comic books expand the story. So like we have Light, which continues her story from Echo 51. Then we got 51X, which actually she debuts in Blue Star. So people will be looking out for her in the upcoming movie. So it kind of expands that universe. And then we even went into having our own animated pilot, Submerge, the Craig Conquest.
This is amazing. So,
Oh, I'm gonna go home and watch it after this.
right? I know, right? Like, as nerdy as we are, it's like, wait a second, this whole thing has been existing right here. It's
In my own hometown.
in your own hometown. And want to remind everybody, you can meet Demetrius, and if you got any questions about how to get into the Submerge universe, you can hang out with him. You can talk more about it. He is going to be at Hometown Comics and Games on Saturday, 1 to 4, signing comic books and, meeting fans who are, already into this, and certainly I'm sure would be thrilled to see you. Thank you so much, Demetrius, for joining us tonight.
You are awesome.
Keep us posted on Blue Star and the premiere and all of that good stuff. You're officially a part of the KJ Today Show family, and when you want to come back, you'll let us know. Okay.
Yeah, next time you come back, KJ is going to make you like a more ridiculous graphic, most likely.
I am. The more you join, the more ridiculous your graphic gets.
Okay. All right. I'll take that.
All right. Have a good night.
Right.
Thank
Bye.
you, Demetrius. Again, easy way to find everything is SUBMERGEUniverse.com. We have Barry Bostwick joining us, and we still have to come the Happy News Dude on the show, along with Tell Me Something Good and the Pet of the Week. Want to take a minute to take a break to remind you to take care of your well-being. When you think holistic, you live holistic. And Indy Holistic Hub makes it really easy for you. Every Thursday, you can get a Think Holistic tip on their website, on facebook.com/Indy Holistic Hub. Think holistic, live holistic, and please take care of yourself. That's what this show's about. It's about the positive vibes. It's about, being good to yourself. And if you're spending your time with us right now, that's self-care, man. It's a Wednesday night. You're having fun. Fun is self-care. Do it. Let's see. Erida says, my brother used to read Daredevil comics and would sing his own theme song for him. Oh my gosh.
I love that.
I would love to have your brother on to hear his theme song he made up for Daredevil.
Right.
All right. So before we get to all the happy news and the Happy News Dude, we're going to give you a little look into the conversation that I had with Barry Bostwick. Barry is a legend. Producer Patches, do you want to pop in here? I know that you're a fan of Barry from the Comic Cons that we've worked with Barry. Tell us a little bit about how you would describe Barry, or what your favorite memories are of his career.
Well, it's just the one-off roles that I love most about Barry, because he has such a presence, but and he's been in so many things. It's just that he has that presence of when he's in a scene or in a movie, even if it's just a cameo, you're like, wow, that's Barry Bostwick, and he always knocks it out of the park. Working with him at Comic Cons and stuff like that, he is the sweetest, nicest guy that you can deal with, and I was super excited that you were able to talk to him.
Well, Barry came on the show specifically to talk about Grease, which he's really proud of. And if you are someone who's, watched Grease the movie over and over and over, you might be like, what? Barry Bostwick was in Grease? Barry Bostwick is one of the reasons that Grease the movie exists, because Grease the musical premiered 50 years ago, and it wasn't a hit.
It's insane.
I
No.
Okay, I can understand why it wasn't.
What?
I get it.
Johna, are you a Grease hater?
I'm not a Grease hater.
You're a Grease hater.
I don't hate
Grease is the
Grease.
word tonight.
I don't.
You better be careful with your mouth.
I don't particularly love Grease.
Okay. I don't know if it's so much either that there's a.
See, this is how you know me and Patches are related.
Y'all gotta go.
I am such a proud papa right now. Good girl.
Y'all gotta go because we're
I'm
not
raising you
disrespecting
right.
Barry Bostwick tonight when he spent his time to talk to us about Greece. There's a, oh my gosh.
Use your words.
I hope he's not watching this. My God. He's like,
No, I mean, like,
I'm so sorry, Barry. I apologize for these terrible people.
I love you, Barry.
I don't have time for your Greece hate, but we're going to go back to the time when Greece was a bit hated.
Barry, I love you in Greece, but I hate the movie.
Barry, I immediately, like talking about 50 years of Greece, I had to ask him, like, let's go back and talk about your early memories of being Danny Zuko, the first Danny Zuko. Can you take us back to, because a lot of people don't know, like you said, Grease wasn't some big smash immediately. Can you take us back to, your moments of the early days of being Danny Zuko? I mean, you had to know it was special, but could you have ever imagined 50 years later that we're here and talking about Grease still?
It's very similar to Rocky Horror Picture Show, a movie I did, where you finish making it, the movie or the show, and you go, well, let's just see how long this will last and how many months I can pay my rent. And and I had no real, I wasn't a seer. I couldn't tell. When you're involved in something like Grease way back then, every ounce of energy is put out on the stage. And I wasn't thinking of whether or not I should have $500 when they asked the cast, like a week before we opened, and they said, listen, we need a little bit more money. Can you cast get together and give us $500? And wouldn't you know, none of us had the money. And so we didn't put money into it. And if we had, we would have gotten, I think it's 1,200 times what money we would have put in up to this point. I mean, it's a cash cow.
Can you imagine your job like coming up to you and be like, hey, look, I know we're supposed to pay you, but can you give us some money so we can stop struggling so much?
Right. And then 50 years later, you're like, if I had given them like $20, do you know how rich I'd be right now? Right. I was like, no, dude, I'm a struggling actor. I'm not giving you $20.
$20 is gonna feed me.
And to continue with the story of how amazing it is that Grease still exists 50 years later, Barry said that even his father didn't think he should be doing this.
My father came to New York for the opening night, and we had the party at Grease at Sardi's, and the New York Times review came in, and it wasn't good. So everybody was bummed out as we left Sardi's, and I just remember my father saying, "You got to get another job. This isn't going to work. Just move on." And I never let him forget that he had terrible theatrical instinct.
You shouldn't always listen to your dad.
Certain things you listen to your father, and this weekend I think people should always listen to their fathers when it comes to family love. But when it comes to picking whether or not a Broadway show is going to become the longest running show on Broadway, I would say go to the experts.
Barry is part of the new book that is out. You can find it on Amazon. Tell me more. It includes stories from everyone from the beginning, like Barry, to John Travolta, and pretty much everyone that was involved with Grease, and the crazy stories behind the scenes that made us, it made them wonder if this was ever going to be a thing. We'll have the entire interview with Barry where he talks more about the book. That will be posted for you on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/KJ today. Get all of our celebrity interviews. I didn't realize that my father-in-law is watching. He's like, easy on the dads.
We always listen to Grandpa Pat.
I forget that my dad has passed away, so he can't hear me talk smack about the dads.
Hey, me too. I joined the club.
Oh, yes. Johna and I are in the Dead Dad Club. If you don't like dead dad jokes, you probably shouldn't hang around us.
Literally.
We do it all with positive vibes.
Always.
Okay? You got to laugh at the difficult things.
Facts.
All right. So at this point in the show, we are ready for the good news. We have the pet of the week coming up, brought to you by Storms and Melodies. We want to say thank you to PopCon for powering this whole thing. We wouldn't be here without PopCon. Thanks to everybody who is watching on the PopCon network. And don't forget that we got a game night coming up August 26th, game night at Level Up on Washington Street. Level Up is such a fun place. You can go in. They've got every game you can think of. And people are just there. They're there to play, right? Like they're there to hang out and play games.
Right.
So you can bring a group. You can go and show up with PopCon and know that the PopCon family is going to be there. And we would love to see you as we do more events throughout the year. PopCon is your local convention. And so we're able to get together more than once a year, which is really awesome. So we've got to get to tell me something good. And I know that you've got some good news, Johna. Patches has got some good news.
I got good news.
We all got good news.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, good news. Get some good news. Okay. All right. Before we get to your good news, we're going to get to the happy news, dude. I am so excited to welcome back to the show our friend Randall Newsom. Yay! Oh, you just don't get to be there?
No,
I don't know.
No,
Hey, there he is. I made the mistake of trying to run the cameras when that's producer Patch's job.
How dare you?
How's it going, y'all?
What's
Good.
up?
How are you doing, man?
You know, I'm over here breathing, you know, walking, talking.
I felt that.
Oh, that sounds like a low bar, but you know what? We're blessed to be able to do all those things, so I feel good about it.
I had one of those days too, Randall. Okay, it's fine.
Somebody, you know, when somebody's really going through it, when you ask them, "Hey man, how's it going?" You're like, "Oh, you know, making it."
Right. I'm here or whatever.
Yeah, I'm here. Or what's the other one? Oh, living the dream. I said, hey, stop with the sarcasm. Tell me how you really feel.
Nobody's living the dream when they say they're living the dream. That is like, I'm crumbling on the inside.
Good. But you know what? I mean, a lot of good things happening. Crazy busy here, man. Crazy busy. I'm doing a series right now, a 5-part series on Indiana's music scene.
Oh, yay!
So it's really cool. I just got through with a shoot not too long ago, around 7, like right before I came back to the station. So
Can
it's
you talk
basically
about any of the bands that you're featuring?
Yeah. I don't know. And KJ, you might have heard of some of these. One of them is the Forgotten Tribe. That's one of them. They've been around for about a year. They were 2 groups that kind of found each other during the pandemic. And they have this cool, and I asked them, I said, hey, so what would you say your sound is or your genre? They all looked at each other. I said, no, I'm asking you guys, what? They kind of describe it as a Afro-Latino fusion sound. And it's really cool. And when you hear it, you're like, I don't know what that is, but all right.
I am here for it.
And so what I've challenged every artist that I've reached out to do, because a lot of them have been on our show, they were like, well, where do you want us? I said, well, where do you want to be? Like, what place here in Indiana or in Indianapolis in particular sticks out to you, has either supported you or you're very fond? It's a special memory for you, whether it helped you get started or whether they're a place that doesn't get a lot of spotlight usually, but they're a cool place to play. So it's pretty cool what some of these artists have come up with. One of them was in a recording studio because that was the first place that gave him a shot to record his music.
Oh, nice.
I just left Almost Famous on Mass Ave, so I almost didn't make it
Nice.
back because Mass Ave traffic is real around this time.
Oh my God,
So
Mass Ave is awful.
Yes.
right now I'm on Mass Ave. KJ, you want to do this tonight? Or you want to do this next week? Because
Well, next
It's
week, are
traffic.
you on vacation next week? Is that what you're doing?
next Wednesday, I'm in Las Vegas for a journalism convention. So
Ooh.
I don't know how much journalism is going to get done. My job is to not make sure journalism is being done on me in Las Vegas. Make sure nobody has to
I'm gonna
Yeah, 'cause,
I'm gonna have my Google alert set up for your name in Las Vegas.
what they say, what happens in Las Vegas usually ends up on Instagram. So I'll make sure that I don't
Just
believe
stay in the
that what
hotel
happens.
room, man.
I'm just gonna stay there, talk to people in there, just talk to people in the hallway, like how y'all doing, y'all,
Right.
house
Oh man,
house folding.
we should.
Like-
Oh man, I should have you check in live from Vegas next week, like Randall on the streets.
It's gonna be
Look,
Randall in the
y'all look,
hotel.
no.
He's gonna be like, "Hey, it's me. This is my hotel room."
My crib, come on in, MTV, come on in.
Right.
See what we've done with the place, bed freshly made, But no, it's gonna be a good time. A lot of people go to that convention every year, so it's lucky for us to be able to have that opportunity to mix and mingle with storytellers of all types. You run into movie stars. One time I ran into Pam from Martin, Tashina Arnold.
Oh,
No way.
No way.
I love Tashina.
Sitting there talking, I'm like, I'm talking. This is cool. You catch yourself being a fan. You're just like, wait, yeah. What else are you working on? Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
We're just two normal people talking. Like, I watched you as a kid. This is amazing. But no, I'm excited about that. This music scene series is kicking my butt though. It's just like 12, 13-hour days. Like it's wild.
Wow,
Because
you are dedicated to getting the story here.
Well, I'm the only person that has a show at, kind of bookended on both ends of my 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Tell everybody where they can find you, because I don't understand when you sleep.
Yeah.
He probably
understand
did.
either. Yeah, right. So Lifestyle Live at 10 a.m. Every day, Monday through Friday. Everybody, most people around Indianapolis know Randy Ollis. Me and him act up on that show a lot. And then 4 p.m. it's me and Alexis Rogers, a good friend of mine. And we're you know what? I act up on every show. Let's just be real. I act up a lot. Somebody accused me of eating all the food. I'm like, mind your business. Like, what does it matter? No, don't worry. Don't worry about what's in hot to go. Worry about yourself.
So is the music series, will it be featured on both Lifestyle Live and then the afternoon show as well?
I think it will air on the afternoon show first.
Okay.
And then I want to say it'll be featured on Lifestyle Live afterwards. But it'll be on a whole bunch of times on Wish TV. So if you watch the evening shows, if you watch the morning shows, it'll be on every show.
Sweet. That's awesome. I love that you're doing that. The musicians struggled so much through the pandemic, and we gotta get, and so did the venues. So the fact that you're meeting the musicians at some of these venues is a wonderful way to put some positive vibes into the music community. So
and
thank you, Randall.
It's funny. This is like the runaround part where you just go and you're figuring out people's schedules, where they can meet and when they can meet, and what venues you taking up an hour at their time. And then it's funny because this is kind of the fun part still. So I'm running around, I'm listening to music, I'm jamming to the stuff, and I'm doing the interviews. And then I leave and I'm like, crap, I gotta write this.
Yeah, I know. I gotta write and edit and all that footage. I was messing around for 5 hours. Now I got all that footage.
I mean, it started off as like, I'll get a couple artists in different genres. Guys, when this is all said and done, I would have done more than 13 interviews for this 5-part series. And I'm just like, this is like this is like movie level footage that I'm looking at, and I gotta crank it down to like news block.
Oh my God. You do stories just like I do. I'm like, I'm in the moment, I'm having fun. Crap. That's a lot of footage.
Look, when this is all ready to go, I'm gonna stress these producers all the way out. They're like, Randall, we don't have time for a full documentary. Like, what are you doing?
Well,
But, you know.
if you can bring some stuff, you go have fun in Vegas next week. When you're ready with this music series, let's give me some of that footage that they don't need on the bring the extra footage to us, and
Trust me. I'm gonna have more than enough.
Just one KJ Today show is about some random band.
In the words of Greek philosopher Biggie Smalls, believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. Okay, so I'm
kicking Randall out right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the happy news dude, Randall Newsom. He is working hard to bring happy news to you. So, I mean, my God, follow him, watch his shows. This guy doesn't sleep because he's trying so hard to be the happy news dude. Thank you so much, Randall.
Can I tell my mom?
Randall never lets me wrap him up. He's like, no, we're not going anywhere. I got stuff to say.
He likes hanging out. That's what it is.
I got to tell my mom one thing, okay? Because you said Randall doesn't sleep. Just can we all co-sign and let my mom know? Because she keeps calling me. I'm thinking she's going to tell me I did something good. And she's like, son, you look tired. I'm like, Mom,
that's what moms are supposed to do.
Son, you look tired. You sleeping? You all right? I'm like, Mom, I thought we were gonna talk about these cool stories I've been doing. She's like, no, so baby, make sure you got cucumbers. You can put them on your eyes. I'm like,
oh yeah, no. My mama does the same thing. It's always, you're losing weight. Are you eating? Yes.
On a fit.
Listen, Mama. Randall's working hard. He's working hard. He's doing the good work. Those of us trying to put the positivity back into the world. Maybe we got bags under our eyes, but we got bags of positivity under our eyes. We're doing it for you.
Good luggage. There you go.
That's right.
Good luggage.
It's good luggage.
Good baggage.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Have fun in Vegas next week. When you're ready with the music series, we'd love to
make good choices in Vegas, Randall.
We'd love to feature it. I got my Google alert set up. If you do anything wrong in Vegas,
Johnny, you said just do everything too much of it. I'm trying to hear you.
Hey, look, I want you to keep your job at Wish, okay?
Being the happy news dude on the KJ Today show isn't going to pay the bills. It's going to give you more bags.
I just told them I gig. Dang it. Let me go. Sorry, I got apologies to make. I told people.
All right, you go do your apologizing. Keep being the happy news dude. We love you. Oh my God, I love that guy. Seriously,
this graphic is everything all the time. Every time.
All right, we got a cat on the show. This is the first time we've had a cat live with us in this studio. Melody usually makes her appearance downstairs. Malcolm, it's not a good idea, dude, to be with us right now. I love you, but you got to get down, okay? You got to get down. You can't be playing with the stuff in here.
He said you guys are ignoring me.
We're almost done. All right, tell me something good. We got the good news from Randall. We're going to be looking forward to that music series that he has coming out. That's going to be fun.
Our new music series.
Our good news. Johna's going to be holding down the fort here at the KJ studio in the House of Cats because Patches and I are going to live at an Airbnb for the weekend on an alpaca farm.
If y'all could just imagine the text message I got. She said, hey, can you watch the cats on Friday and Saturday? I found an Airbnb at an alpaca farm. I was like, that's the most random thing you've ever said to me.
It's alpacas. They got donkeys, goats. They got a cat sanctuary. They have something called guinea hens. Guinea hens, apparently they make a lot of noise. Like you got to be okay with the fact that your cabin is fenced in and the chickens might get in there. They might be out in your backyard chasing chickens. Like I imagine myself being Pauly Shore and son-in-law on this farm. I'm so ready for this. Are you ready for this, Patches? You ready to go live on a farm for the weekend?
I absolutely am. That was actually my tell me something good as well. I'm very happy that I was given no choice but to abscond with you to an alpaca Airbnb.
You were surprised, John. I booked this whole thing without telling you.
She did. It was awesome. So yeah, but no, I am truly excited. The owners of this place, they seem absolutely lovely, and I mean, we get into our cottage, and we have a dozen farm fresh eggs and a fresh loaf of bread that was baked. Like I was like, all right, let's do this.
I just want you guys to know that when KJ texted me that, I didn't even think that she was gonna be taking Patches. I don't know who I thought she was gonna be taking with her. But for
it's like, is it a girls' trip?
Like Patches didn't even cross my mind.
Malcolm.
Hello, Malcolm.
Malcolm's like, it is 8:00. It is time to wrap up the show.
But yeah, no, I definitely. She was like, I'm going to an alpaca farm, and I was like, all right, cool. And I'm thinking it's just like her or like her and some other person. Like Patches literally didn't even cry. I was like, why do I have to watch the cats? Patches isn't going.
Patches is totally going to the alpaca farm. Come on now. So we'll update you on the exciting weekend at the farm next week on the show. Also next week on the show, we are very, very excited to welcome Jim O'Hare to the show. He is going to be with us. Jim O'Hare from Parks and Rec. Super funny guy, great conversation. Don't miss next week's show. And as we do with every show, we want to leave you with some positive vibes, and nothing is more positive than a cute fur baby. Our pet of the week is Hazel. Look at Hazel, everybody. Hazel's mom, Jennifer, says Hazel has pulmonic stenosis, a hole in the wall of her heart. That means that the blood doesn't pump through her body quite as well as it should. She gets daily medications and treatments every couple months to keep her feeling great. But she is a sweet, special girl. She is a joy, a ray of sunshine. And Jennifer says she's so happy to have this little pup in her life. I know.
I'm gonna cry. I feel like I want to cry right now.
I know. Hazel goes through a lot so she can be the perfect little fur baby for her mama. Thank you very much, Jennifer, for submitting your pet, your beautiful Hazel, and sharing her. I just saw Conquest Journal said, ha ha ha, I didn't think she was taking Patches.
I didn't.
Maybe next time I'll go to the alpaca farm by myself. I'll be like, peace out, where'd KJ go? She's not here for the show tonight. Oh man, she's had a rough week. She's on the alpaca farm.
I'm going to make you, look, if I got to be here for the show, I'm going to make you be live on the alpaca farm.
Again, kjcrew.com, get your crew number, help us build the show. This is a grassroots show. Tell your friends about it. Share the show, subscribe on YouTube. And thank you very much again to PopCon, who powers this show. We appreciate PopCon so much. Thank you to Rock the Catbox, which you can attend and join us. Get your tickets. Thank you to Demetrius with the Submerge Universe. He says, I had a blast on the show. Tell everybody with the Submerge Universe, we want them to be a part of the KJ Today family. And we love the fact that you are here spending time with us, allowing yourself to have some fun, to take a break from all of the craziness. That is what we are doing as well. Sam Jackson says, new segment, where in the world is KJ San Diego? She's on the alpaca farm.
That's the only place she'll ever be, is the alpaca farm. She won't be anywhere else but the farm.
Also, thank you to Indy Holistic Hub for being a part of providing the positive vibes. Remember to visit them at indyholistichub.com. And now, my friends, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. It's time for the end. The end credits are here. Yes. And guess what, Johna? Oh. If we want to unmute ourselves, we can laugh and giggle through the end credits. Oh. And people can hear us.
What?
So I didn't even know that.
I unmute myself on?
No, I'll unmute us. Oh, okay, you don't touch anything.
Because I won't. Okay, I'm terrified to touch anything. I'm not gonna lie. So,
all right, guys. Thank you again for being a part of the KJ crew, for supporting me in everything that I do. I'm going to just quit being so grateful, and because you know that I am, but I'm not going to quit being so grateful.
You got to stay grateful, bro.
I got to stay grateful. Let's do this. Let's wrap up. We'll have What's Cooking with Patches and the Cats coming exclusively on Facebook right after the end of the KJ Today Show.
Yes.
Thank you.